Welcome back. So, okay, let's now quickly take stock of the cues of the morning as well. Just to put this on the table, we had a very flat close overnight on Wall Street. Asian markets this morning are, tracing a little bit of red and green both. We've had some important data points, one from China, which is negative, which is the industrial profits number. It is, again, a fourth month of decline over there. And the inflation numbers out of Japan are also quite concerning. Tokyo inflation has now touched 3%. So the market is digesting a lot of this macro, but otherwise trade has been fairly thin. And you can see, I mean, it's between green and red, not very clear directional cues.
One important handover for us is that we thought it was a thin trade yesterday, but there was 2,376 crore of FPI selling, and that's why the rupee went down to 85.27. So the buying of dollars was not only by importers, oil importers, as we were told, but clearly foreign investors were also buying. For the record, today the dollar index should come up for you at 108.14. There is no change at 4.57. The 10-year yield is just 3 basis points below what it was yesterday. So pressure on the rupee should definitely continue.
No, absolutely. The domestic institutions, they did offset that selling by buying in excess of 3,000 crores. But the fact is that you're still getting, at such a fag end of the year, you're still getting over 2,000 crores of selling on a daily basis. That's something that we really cannot take our eye off. That's the dollar index. Yields have been fairly range-bound after the jobless claims data. Okay, so now what about stocks? Well, let's take it to our team then, starting off with Vinny. Vinny, Jubilant FoodWorks, they've inked some sort of a deal with Coca-Cola, right? Tell us more.
Absolutely. So, yes, the company has signed this MOU with Coca-Cola and they'll be purchasing its portfolio of sparkling beverage products. So, yes, they will include some of the products like Coca-Cola, Fanta in among some of the names. And what more is there? That in terms of clarity is what we're waiting out for. Now, this MOU is expected to take place between the parties and start from 1st of April 2025. This will allow Jubilant FoodWorks to sell Coca-Cola products across a brand. So, they do have Dunkin', where also they can sell these products as well. So, keep an eye out. Dunkin', Domino's, all their brands, they can sell across that. Now, do not forget, on 13th of December, Jubilant FoodWorks' parent company, Jubilant Bharati Group, had announced acquisition of 40% stake in Coca-Cola's bottling subsidiary, that is HCCB, that is Hindustan Coca-Cola Beverage. So, that is an important one to keep an eye out on. And we're keeping an green coming in for Jubilant FoodWorks today on the back of this MOU.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Vinny. We have Upasana joining in with a bunch of stocks that she thinks is in news. Upasana.
Good morning. First up, let me start with Dixon Technologies. The company's subsidiary, that is Dixon Electro Manufacturing, has entered into a MOU with Cellcore Gadgets Limited. And mind you that the MOU is mainly for the manufacturing of refrigerators and other related components of Cellcore. Next up is RBL Bank. The bank has participated in the IPO of DAM Capital via OFS, which opened between 19 December to 23rd December 2024. Now, bank has divested its entire 8.1% shareholding in DAM Capital, and following this transaction, bank does not have any equity shareholding left in DAM Capital. That's why even this stock will remain in focus. Choice International also in focus. The company has received in principle approval from SEBI for setting up mutual fund company. And lastly, Mafatlal Industries also in focus on our radar. The company has been awarded an order worth 60.7 crores by Odisha government in health and hygiene space, and this order is mainly for supply of sanitary napkins to various government schools and state medical cooperation network in the state of Odisha. So all these stocks will be closely watching out today in today's trading session.
Okay, all right, Upasana, thank you very much for that. Coming to Vivek now, who's also watching out for a couple of names today. Vivek, good morning.
Well, good morning. A couple of stocks on the radar. NHPC, well, the all-important power projects that are yet to materialize and commence operations. Well, the company has provided an update as far as when operations are expected to commence. So first up, we're talking about the Sumansiri Lower Hydroelectric Project. The company earlier, which mentioned that 3 units of 250 megawatts were expected to be completed by March 2025. They pushed ahead the timeline, and it's now expected to be completed by May 2025. And the remaining 5 units, the timeline remains the same at May 2025. Along with that, as far as the Teesta 5 power station is concerned, the material damage laws as well as the business interruption laws, both of them have been upped higher. So some red as far as NHPC is concerned on the back of slight delay as far as commencement of operations is concerned. The next stock on the radar is Gujarat Fluoro. A whole host of board approvals made in the board meet yesterday. First up, slump sale of the power undertaking of the company to a new platform called RBL Mahidar. Along with that, the company will be investing via equity stake in that particular platform itself. And they've also gone ahead and signed a PPA with RBL Mahidar to go ahead and purchase power. Now, along with that, there is also a wind energy subsidiary that the company has done a similar set of deals with. The company would be investing close to 200 crore via subscription to equity shares of Flurry Wind Energy, and they've also signed a 350 megawatt power purchase agreement with the wind energy arm as well. And lastly, power projects will be in focus. The company has secured a 186 crore order from Jai Prakash Power Ventures. The company will mainly be providing operation and maintenance services to the JP Nigri Super Thermal Power Plant, and this is for a period of 5 years.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Please put all those stocks on your radar. But I think one of the most important statements that came yesterday, which the market should take note of, but it may not be an impact immediately, is the report on trend and progress in banking. It's a very important annual document which the Reserve Bank puts out looking at the health of the banking system. And yesterday it had some warnings. Abhishek is here to tell us the key takeaways for banks from the RTP, as we call it, report on trend and progress in banking. Abhishek.
Well, Lata, as you mentioned, the health of the banking system is one of the best that we are seeing in last 13 years is what RBI has mentioned in its report. However, RBI has again flagged concerns on unsecured loan exposure cap that they had prescribed earlier for lenders. RBI has also said that they will consider removing prepayment penalties on floating rates that has been given to loans to small borrowers. In terms of unsecured portfolio, they say that some entities boards have fixed a very high ceiling for unsecured loans. This needs to be continuously monitored, and that is why RBI has urged private sector banks to bring down that unsecured portfolio, as well as the fact that they have asked RBI banks to bring down the employee attrition rate as well. Now RBI says that they will impose more regulatory curbs on unsecured lending of lenders if at all lenders do not mend their ways. Despite raising the risk-weight assets on unsecured loans, RBI is worried that it still forms about 1/4 of the total commercial banks loans as of FY24. So RBI has warned about malpractices in digital lending space as well. They say that they are in the process of setting up a repository digital lending apps to curb these manipulation that is there in digital lending scape. Back to you.
Okay, all right, Abhishek, got that. Thank you very much for putting that on our radar as well. But Abhishek, IndusInd Bank, there is some news around their MFI portfolio. Tell us more.
Well, IndusInd Bank has decided, to put microfinance loans worth about 1,573 crore to sale to ARC. Typically, in a microfinance loan, when you sell down to ARC, the recovery rate is lower than other secured products. So, if you take a look, the reserve price has been put at 85 crore for this 1,573 crore worth of loan, which is about 5.4% of the total stress pool that they intend to sell. The gross NPA in MFI portfolio was about 2,260 crores. So as of Q2 FY25, hence this number of 1,573 crores forms nearly about 70% of MFI NPA. We don't know what was or what would be the NPA in Q3. So this would be an accumulated NPA wherein the provisions have been made by the lender as well. So calculation shows that the average ticket size wherein they are selling this NPA would be around 14,820 per share, which is in line with the industry trend. Back to you.
Okay, got it. So this is an important development. I mean, they're trying to clear a large chunk of the, stressed assets on their MFI side of their book. So the market should take that positively. Of course, they probably won't get top dollar pricing for it, but then that's how it works when you're selling bad loans to ARCs. But thank you for that, Abhishek. Let's quickly recap our list of stocks to watch, the ones that have positive news flow. Our Jubilant FoodWorks, Dixon Technologies, Choice International, RBL Bank, Mafatlal Industries, Gujarat Fluoro, Power Mech Projects and IndusInd Bank, while stocks with negative news flow would be, of course, overall banking stocks on the RBI caution as well as NHPC.
On that note, I think we should take a quick break. We've got more experts and, economists of yesteryears joining us to pay their tributes to Dr. Manmohan Singh. We will be speaking with Dr. Narendra Jadhav, who was former chief economist at the Reserve Bank. We will also be joined by Dr. Arvind Panagaria and a whole host of economists Stay tuned. We are back in a jiffy.